We're going to use another function, okay? So remember, a function is a word that has a round brackets afterwards. So we're going to go back to our code very quickly, and we're going to use another function, and this function is going to be called say. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so I'm going to go here. We're going to change the print function to say, okay, just like that. Type in say, run the program, make sure your speakers are up, or make sure your speakers are not muted, and see
Hello
if
world.
anything different happens. Okay, so who can tell me what the say function did for them?
It spoke it out loud.
It spoke it out loud. It actually sounded the words, didn't it? Cool. And we knew it was a function because it's a word that has a round bracket. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to a new term. The things that go inside the brackets, right? So back here, we know a function is a word followed by the brackets. The things that go inside the brackets is information that you give to the function in order for it to do its work. Okay, so in order for the print function to do its work, it needs to know what to display. Okay, in order for the say function to do its work, it needs to know what to say. Okay, but the nice thing about the say function is it has an extra optional piece of information that you can give to it, and it will act on that information as well. And it is a little number that you can put at the end, and the information that you give to a function is called its arguments. Okay, the arguments are the things that go inside the brackets. In terms of the say function, it has one argument and an optional second argument. Okay, so if you put, and we'll just try this now, so in your code, in your say function, just add inside the brackets, after the quotation marks, put a comma, and then put a number that isn't 0. Okay, so it could be 1, could be 2, could be 100. Okay?
Hello world.
So that second argument is it controls the voice. Okay, so we've learnt about two different arguments, two different things. The first is what you wanted to say, and the second argument is how to say. So one thing to note here is the voice that you hear on your device might be different to the voice that your neighbor hears, because the voices and the say function is actually dependent on the device, and it's dependent on the browser. The say function is not part of the standard Python that you may get if you download it. Okay, it's a special version of Python that we're using for Code for Schools, where we've added the say function to make it a little bit more fun for students who are just approaching Python. Okay, so just be aware that if you download Python and you try to use the say function, it won't work. At the moment, it will only work inside the editor that you've been playing around with.